Hi, I'm Jake with National Automotive. This is my pops, Randy, right here.
Yeah, I'm Randy. You can call me Randy, not Pops. I'm with National Automotive, and we pride ourselves in our workmanship and our affordability for our customers, and we can take care of all of your daily automotive needs, and we can even take care of that hunting rig you're using when you're out hunting.
We are also proud to partner with BowhuntingAZ on this new short film. So come out and see us and let us get you to that new ground.
What you got there, Jake?
A stud. Oh my god.
Jack, yeah, dude. You need this little hike to pay off.
You're welcome. I smelled them for you. I thought it was just my butt, but
No.
oh, dude, this is sweet.
That is sick.
Human nature craves the unknown. The next hill, the next valley, all pieces of a larger puzzle that call to hunters like the wailing sirens of old sailors' lore. I've felt this exact call in me for a while now, and decided it was time to answer it.
Jake got the first spot of the day. Got a little buck in there, nothing crazy big, but it'll work. Couple does with him. There's Jake right
Everyone has a different approach to glassing, and you're always going to have someone else contradict the way you do it as if their way is fact. Truth is, everyone develops their own technique to it. I personally sit down at a spot, break out my binos and tripod, and take a quick glance over the area that I'm about to inspect, just to see if anything pops out at me right away. Sometimes you're just plain lucky and your target is standing there boldly in plain sight. If that's not the case, then a more thorough glassing session is required. Take your time and find a pattern you want to work. Start at a point in front of you that piques your interest and just pick it apart, tree by tree. Pay close attention to the undergrowth of junipers and other trees. You'll often find deer bedded there. Sometimes it'll be obvious, and other times it may only be an ear flicker or a head nod that gives them away. Either way, it's crucial to bring your patience to the table here. This recon mission is where you pay a good portion of your dues, especially on new ground.
Well, just did a nice little hike. Found a good little spot. Yeah, a little bowl. Nice, well, not little.
I would say a couple good little bowls.
Yeah, series of bowls, kind of a long, elongated canyon. Glassed a buck with 3 does.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of deer around here before in the evenings. We just got out in the morning. It's already pretty hot. So who knows what the normal activity for this place could be, but sat and glassed a bit, tried it out.
Till we started sweating.
Till we started sweating and decided we didn't want to take it anymore. So all in all though, good time.
Yeah,
for sure.
great new find.
Some new ground.
Yeah, new grounds, and that's the way you do it. Just get out there and see what's out there.
Just take a stab at it. I was talking to Jake earlier. I see a lot of people that ask just on social media for spots, how to get started, where to go. Honestly, just go somewhere. Just start and start making progress, and you can start chipping away and figuring it out in the long run.
Yeah, I mean, I would second to that. If you see an area that you think is just going to be good in general, might as well just check it. Sit out for an hour and glass it up, and you never know what you'll find. If not, hey, at least you tried, you know? So.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, let's keep going.
Physical fitness and being mentally tough are quickly becoming the new norm in modern-day hunting. Elite athletes like Cam Hanes set a high bar for avid hunters. Being able to cover vast swaths of ground and steep, rugged terrain are quickly becoming the standard in order to find new ground that separates you from the general public. Being able to reach places that vehicles cannot access is an essential catalyst for your growth. Learn to adopt and embrace the pain that comes with this territory, for it's on the other side of it that you will find the realm of success, and in this journey towards new ground, you will conquer your dark mountain.
All right, day 2, or weekend 2, I guess. But back out here in some new ground. Gonna go pull our first card from a spot that we kind of found ourselves upon, and came out here actually a week ago. And my bad, forgot my keys for my trail cam. We made the hike all the way out here, and yeah, lesson learned.
Spooked a deer walking up though, so it wasn't for nothing. We know something's in here.
Found a couple sheds, some nice coos sheds, and
You got your keys with you right now, right?
I got my keys with me this time. So excited to go to this spot and see what it holds for us. I think it feels pretty promising. Either way, it's a beautiful day out here. It's overcast. It's been raining like crazy.
Ground's wet.
Ground's
soft.
Yeah, old Betty White got herself a mud bath.
It's pretty muddy in here.
Let's go see what this car's got.
All right.
Talking about sign. There's a rub. He's doing as much potential scouting and discovering as we can. Figure out where they'll be come September. But there's sign everywhere. Camo level 3000. 3,000. 3,000.
Where'd you hear that
I
from?
don't know. That was weird.
Weird.
I feel good about this spot though.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Feels so good. I'm sweating. Oh my god.
Jeez. Lieutenant Diane. Ice cream.
Alright.
I think we're getting loopy from the heat.
Well, not enough oxygen to the brain. Oh, I just marked it on the flat line.
Alright, alright. Let's get her done. Well, we're at our third camera of the day, and checked the cam on the card on the cam, and there's probably 45 videos on it, which isn't quite as many as we would like. This is a very high traffic area, and there's actually a little hill nearby here as well that I spooked a bedded cow off of. So we know they're in here. We know they're bedding nearby, but it's just a simple trial and error situation that we need to scoot our camera a little closer to where they're moving. We tried to push it back a little farther just for concealment, but I think in this case we're going to go ahead and move it up. So it's good to have these cameras out a little bit earlier than most people. I know a lot of people don't set them up until it gets closer to season and stuff, but this is what you want to be doing. Why I recommend setting them out now, just because trial and error purposes, you want to get them honed in. So now we're really going into crunch time for season here, and we've got our cameras down pretty good. So it's just something I suggest, just a tip: set them out early, get working on it, figure out what you want, what kind of setup you want to get, and then that way you can really hammer it home when crunch time comes. Let's go see what happens.
You can never get too comfortable. I often find myself falling back on the option of what's safe. But as I'm growing and learning here in the woods, it's essential to step out of your comfort zone and to branch out. Placing cams on a watering hole is almost every beginning hunter's go-to solution. It's easy, and you're guaranteed to see something. But what happens when the rut comes? Those animals will all be gone. That buck or bull will be after the ladies, perhaps miles away. So learn to expand your boundaries. Find what trails they're coming in on to that water hole, and start using that camera to work your way towards other parts of their habitat. In this venture, you'll begin to learn more about the animal and gain a better understanding of who they are and what makes them tick.
So, whenever I come to a spot, I always try and walk a different way in or a different way out each time. So there's the typical routes that you'll kind of get accustomed to using when you go into a certain place, but it pays off to explore. So for this instance, there's like two separate ravines with a ridge in the center, and we walked the other ravine, the side of the other ravine, and there's just a highway of elk traffic. And there's good sign here too. It's not a bad spot by any means. And we had already placed our camera over here due to this trail. But I mean, we seen some rubs and tons of fresh poop, some beds and stuff over there on the other side. So it pays to explore, especially when you're in new ground. Make some extra time, an hour or an hour and a half, whatever you can afford, to just kind of wander off the beaten path of where you're used to going. And I think this will pay off. We're gonna drop this camera on the other side. So
Find that new ground.
find that new ground.
Exploration drives our human spirit, especially my own. Forging onward, shedding the stagnation of playing out the same scenario again and again and again. With hunting, you almost never duplicate the same thing twice, and that's what makes it so intriguing. You're always kept on your toes. You're never allowed to settle in and get comfortable, because that's how these animals survive. Constantly alert and aware at all times, that's what keeps the king of the mountain on his throne. Endless pursuit is what I believe draws all of us as hunters deeper and deeper. Even the greatest hunters of our time, as experienced as they are, have never fully finished their journey. We are perpetual students, something that at first may feel overwhelming and frustrating, but I promise you will grow to love it more and more. In this day and age, it is essential that we realize how finite new ground is becoming. As public land advocates, we need to be wary of our treatment of the lands that we love, leaving nothing but footprints and giving back to the lands more than we took from it. I find it imperative that we build a bond and relationship with our Fish and Wildlife Services, for they are the organizers of the stewardship for our lands. Although at times it may feel like these agencies are against us, and perhaps on certain matters they are, it is our responsibility as hunters to speak as a united front and self-police, to preserve our way of life, our God-given right of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, the pursuit of hunting, and the pursuit of new ground. Flatline Maps offers quality, rugged, waterproof boundary-specific maps to each individual hunting unit as defined by the Arizona Game and Fish Department. Flatline Maps wants you to get where they live. Utilize their innovative approach to map design and offline app capabilities. With GPS accuracy on any cellular device, with or without service, you can count on Flatline Maps to guide you through your hunt. Flatline Maps. Get where they live.